a normal matter that's been on the court roll for months, one would think that there's been countless witnesses that gave evidence, and the new counsel will have the opportunity to go through the evidence and to recall some of the witnesses. But in this particular matter, Mzansi, we haven't even finalized one witness. So the witnesses' evidence will have to be transcribed. New counsel will have to go through the evidence and decide if they want to ask further questions and if they're happy with the process thus far. But it's only been one witness. I do think, however, that we're dealing with 4 accused. I don't know if they will only appoint one counsel or more than one. But there's a different issue, Mzansi, and that is legal aid appointed counsel for the accused before the trial started. They've then decided to appoint Advocate Teffo instead. And now they don't qualify for a legal aid. They will have to really motivate why they should get legal aid. So that might be a further complication in the matter proceeding on in September.
You know, it's time that we spoke about the big elephant in the room, okay? I've seen your comments. I've seen the comment section. I've avoided the topic long enough. It is time. I am going to address Advocate Malisela Teffo's and all the questions you've had in the comment section. I am going to address it. But first, I think it's better we start at the beginning so that we get to where we are right now. And so this is going to be an interesting video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you hit those like buttons so that more people who have questions about Advocate Teffo can come and watch this video to get their questions answered. Now, where do we start? You just watched the clip where Jerry Neal, okay, the watching brief for the Senzo Meyiwa family, okay, speaks about how the 4 accused, that is accused number 1, 2, 3, and 4, who were represented, they had legal counsel that was assigned to them by legal aid, and they said, oh no, we want who? Advocate Teffo. That is where the story of Advocate Teffo and the Senzo Meyiwa trial begins. So he became their legal representation of the first 4 accused, which is Umuzi Sibiya, Bongani Ntanzi, Prince Mncube, and Mr. Mapisa, okay? Mr. Mapisa, the 4. Number 5, who is Fitsaguhle Ntuli. He is always represented by Shalolo from day one, okay? They've got their own kind of nest going on, okay? They're not going to be disrupted. So it's the 4 who said, you know what? We want our best chances. And that, I respect that decision. Anyone who's accused of anything, you want to pick your legal counsel. Write this down. You want to pick your legal counsel based on who is the best person to get you out of prison or jail, or get those charges dropped, or get you a not guilty conviction, okay? So that is, I think that is the goal for anyone at this point. So the 4 accused decided, you know what, we're going to go with him. And there was a consequence to that, okay? You already know how legal aid rolls. They give conditions, okay? They're the terms and conditions, people. And in any society where someone is giving you the money, you got to follow their stringent rules. Legal aid said, well, if you're going to go with him, I'm not paying, okay? We've already heard how that song goes. So that is how the story begins. I wanted to give you guys that quick intro. So hello and welcome to Mzansi Unfiltered today, okay? We are going to dive into the life and career of one of South Africa's most controversial and talked about legal figures. Listen, his name is mentioned in the comment section so often I couldn't ignore it anymore. Do you know where else it is mentioned? Yes. The YouTube said, hello, can you do a video on this? And I said, nah, that's not my jam, okay? That's not my jam. I don't want to step on no toes. And YouTube said, listen, the people are searching. Will you produce that video for us? And I said, say no more. If there's one thing I understand, it's marketing, okay? So, okay, if you're telling me there's a demand, we're going to do it for you. And then, so he is definitely he's definitely one of South Africa's most controversial and talked about legal figures. Advocate Malisela Teffo. Who is he exactly? And why has his name become synonymous with the Senzo Meyiwa trial as well as courtroom drama? Let's break it all down right here on Mzansi Unfiltered. So Advocate Malisela Teffo is no stranger to the spotlight, okay? He is known for his fiery personality and unrelenting approach in the courtroom. Therefore has made headlines for representing the 4 accused in the Senzo Meyiwa trial and his involvement in some of South Africa's most sensational legal battles. But his journey hasn't been without its fair share of controversy. Let's get into it. So let's start with the basics. After earning his law degree, Teffo began his career as an advocate, quickly building a reputation for taking on cases others might shy away from. Teffo is best known for his representation of controversial and high-stakes clients, and one of his most notable cases was his representation of some of the accused in the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial. His courtroom tactics, passionate arguments, and often unpredictable style made him a household name, but also he drew criticism along the way from legal professionals and the public alike. Okay. Well, stay with me, okay? Advocate Teffo's methods have been described as uncontroversial. While he's often praised for his boldness, he's also faced backlash for his dramatic exits from the Senzo Meyiwa case and allegations of misconduct. In fact, his approach to the law has sparked debates about what it means to be a legal professional in South Africa. So despite the controversies, there's no denying that Advocate Teffo has sparked controversies about justice, ethics, and the legal profession in South Africa. Love him or hate him, he's a figure who refuses to go unnoticed. Let me know in the comment section, what do you think so far? Is he a champion of justice or a maverick who challenges the system too much? Let me know in the comment section down below. And I'm going to play the clip where this is not a recent clip. Okay, I repeat. I know there's going to be people in the comment section asking questions. It is not a recent clip. It's a clip from before he went to jail, prison, and before he came out on bail, most recently, now, December 2024. All right, so let's go ahead and watch these clips. I'll be back, of course, you already know, with the rest of my commentary.
I've been withdrawn. I'm done withdrawal, representation myself, and withdrawn. So I don't know why I'm being dragged up and down, time and again, dragged to court.
But what do you say to those? I mean, the findings of the High Court in Pretoria relating to your practicing in the legal fraternity was quite damning. The judgment was quite damning. Essentially, you know, they would have said that you were a disgrace to the profession. There were colleagues who believed that you were a disgrace to the profession. What do you say to people like that who believe that you've not conducted yourself within the ethics of what those in the legal fraternity should be behaving as such, in particular in a court of law?
I think if I was, I've committed something serious in relation to LPA, Legal Practice Act, I would have been called by the legal practice and they would have subjected me to their disciplinary hearing. So why didn't they subject me to the hearing? They just defer. What is their process to High Court? What has happened at at the High Court is called expeditious. Why wouldn't you want me to have a chance? So if there are people who are complaining against me, that I've took their money and everything, they cannot be a faceless people. People should have been there. Legal Practice Council could have called me to their processes. I'm accountable to them. I wouldn't even refuse to go there. And then the people who are complaining against me, then they could have come there. And why would the people who are complaining against advocate? What about the attorneys?
Are you saying then that the process in the High Court had been unfair on the basis that a part of those complaints related to you allegedly taking money from people and not representing them? That was part of those 22 complaints. Are you saying then this rescission application that you have filed to have these judges reverse that decision is on the basis that none of those complainants were called to testify?
Actually, there was never a case against me. There was just a fraudulent. Even when you look on that so-called judgment, that case number, I don't know that case number. That case number came on the day when I was in court, on the 4th of August. They brought that case number. I was never even served with a single paper with that case number. That's why we need a decision, because I was never given a chance to respond for myself. So there was a collusion between the Legal Practice Council, the police, and the court. So hence we say they must reverse.
Mr. Teffo, you keep making these allegations of alleged collusion. So many people are behind you. So many people are chasing you. So many people want you out. Where's the proof of any of that? There are a number of allegations that you have made against the police, against the president, against a number of individuals, and now you're saying even including the courts. Where is the proof of any of what you are saying if you want anyone to take you seriously?
It's obvious, Christella. In our jurisprudence, we say he who alleges must prove. Okay?
But you should also prove. You should know that better.
No. Just understand this. I don't have to prove. If they say I'm accused, I've got nothing to prove.
But where's the proof of everyone being behind you? The police, the courts, the president, and everyone else. I'm really asking because you've made allegations also, and there's no proof that has been brought to the fore at all about any of the allegations that you are making. Surely you should also be held to the same standard.
Where is the proof that I've taken someone's money? Where's the proof? I can hold back the same question. Where is the proof that I've taken someone's money? Who's that person that said I took this money? Because my name was dragged on this, was soiled. You see, after the reading of that, you call it a damning judgment. You see, so and there was impression that was made that I don't have a right to appeal or to challenge that judgment. So this is the impression they made to the people. Where on earth? Not in this country where I was born and bred, and I will die as I'm born in this country, whereby the judgment cannot be challenged. Any judgment can be challenged. Even the judgment of the highest court in the land can be challenged. You see, so now you tell me about the judgment of the acting judge that cannot be challenged. That is, they made a wrong impression to the people because they know that what they did is absolutely wrong.
Are you representing? I heard something about you representing yourself here this morning. Are you here with the legal counsel?
No, I've got my lawyer. I just came here to collect disclosure so that we go back and sit down with my lawyers. I've got a team of experienced lawyers, very cunning lawyers. So yeah, we want to deal with this issue. Yeah, don't worry. I will prevail.
You will prevail, Malisela Teffo. Of course, recently struck off the role of advocates. You would recall, Naledi him very prominent in the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial. You would recall he had previously represented accused 1 to 4 in that matter, accusing that court of bias. He is in court this morning on the very charges that the Legal Practice Council had put to the High Court in Pretoria recently and successfully had him struck from the role of advocates. He says that should not have happened. He's filed that application saying that those very complaints were not even tested inside this court. And you would know that one of the charges that he is facing relates to alleged corruption, where he's alleged to have taken monies from certain clients and not represented them. He says the process in the High Court had been unfair on the basis that none of the people that made those allegations against him were brought to testify in that particular matter. So I understand that we're in this court here this morning for the disclosure of the docket. That will certainly tell us the nitty-gritties of the exact charges that he is facing and give us a bit of details, but I do know that they relate to the alleged assault of 2 police officers, alleged corruption, alleged collusion, alleged 3 counts, I understand, of contempt of court, but the docket itself will certainly give us an indication of exactly the totality of what those charges are. But you would recall there were 22 complaints that were laid with the Legal Practice Council that saw him being struck off the role of advocate. We're not expecting to be in court for much long this morning. That disclosure should relatively be quick, but Malisela Teffo wants his reinstatement as an advocate. He believes he's done nothing wrong. He does not believe that he's brought the legal fraternity into disrepute. You would recall there was that damning judgment in the High Court in Pretoria where he was basically castigated for not conducting himself in a manner with which would guide the legal fraternity in terms of ethics.
Griselda, listen, I must tell you, I thoroughly enjoyed this interview. She asked the tough questions, okay? She asked the tough questions and Advocate therefore answered, okay? He answered. So some of the things that we know is that he has about 22 charges, 22 complaints of misconduct, okay? There's assault charges of police officers, there's some fraud, situationship over there, and then there's contempt of court 3 times, then there's corruption and the trespassing. But Advocate therefore says, wait a minute, there's even a case number. There is a whole case number, and I'm in court today. I'm here to get the disclosure. They cannot even give me the bare minimum, which is a disclosure. You see, this is what happens when you take someone who knows the law to court. They know exactly the processes and procedures. And because when you take a layman to court and you get there and you say, well, no disclosure. Do we even know what a disclosure is? Do we even know if I'm entitled to it? Do we even know our legal rights? But being a person who is actually part of the law himself, he understands and he knows his rights, and he is calling their bluff. He says, I'm going to wait for my disclosure. She's gone to print she will. One thing she'll do, she will go print, and I'm not leaving with it because I've got a team of lawyers to assist and. But yeah, another question that Griselda said is, wait a minute, you can't just be saying that, you can't just be saying that it is not you who has to prove. Where is your proof on the allegations that you are making about the police, about the president, about a number of individuals? And Teffo says, I'm the accused, okay? When I'm the accused, I do not need to prove anything. They need to prove anything, and their challenge lies to them. But once they call those witnesses, because they didn't even call a single witness, show me whose money I took, okay? Show me the money. You can't say that I have corruption cases and I took people's money and I didn't represent them. Who are these people? But what stood out to me, because, we listen, okay, and we don't judge. What stood out to me is when he said, if I am being charged for fraud as an advocate, why am I being charged alone? Where is that attorney? Why is the attorney not being charged? Remember, the attorney is the one who gives the advocate the power of attorney, the power of attorney. And I was like, yeah, he's right. That's a brilliant point. And sometimes, you find these needles in a haystack just in some bare minimum places. So yeah, we listen, okay? We listen. But let's continue listening on. He is adamant, okay? His name has been tarnished. He wants the files, the decisions that were made. He wants those. He's filing a rescission application, and he wants those decisions reversed. Okay, he wants those decisions reversed. He wants his name cleaned up. And you know what? That's also grounds for him to do I think it's defamation claim on the state. Because what are you people talking about? Prove it. The state must prove beyond reasonable doubt all the allegations that they've put towards him. But most importantly, he is saying the Legal Practice Council failed him. They failed him because if they have complaints, how have they never, ever, ever called him to address those before deflecting to the High Court? Let's continue listening on because, Griselda's on a roll.
Those charges were amongst the ones that were used by the Legal Practice Council to have Malisela Teffo struck from the role of advocates. There were 22 complaints of misconduct against him, and the ones that you're mentioning now that are in this particular court that he will be facing are the very same charges that the Legal Practice Council had put before the High Court in Pretoria to successfully have him struck from the role of advocates. You would now know that since that decision, he has filed a rescission application. Essentially what he wants is that he wants the judges that had made the decision to have him struck from the role of advocates to be reversed. He wants that decision to be reversed. And let me just catch up with him. He's just come through now. Malisela Teffo, a very good morning to you, sir. You're back in court this morning, I understand, facing charges, quite an array of charges. And these were the same charges that the Legal Practice Council had used against you to have you successfully struck off the court roll.
Definitely, Griselda. As we see now, because last time when I was here, we have agreed that it will be disclosure for today. So now I'm surprised. When I arrive here, there's no such disclosure now. So they are going up and down now. They said no, they are going to make the print out the disclosure. So nothing is ready now for me, you see.
So have you been told to leave and come back at a later stage? Or what are you saying?
No, I'm waiting for I'm waiting for the lady to go and make the disclosure. I'm still waiting. The court, I will have to be in court today, and they must tell me what are the charges against me, because I definitely don't know. I'm just even guessing. But what I am aware, there is something similar to those things at the so-called LPC, matter, that allegedly struck me off the road.
These are serious charges against you, Mr. Teffo, in that the Legal Practice Council had used these charges to successfully have you struck from the role of advocates. I mean, are you not concerned? And I know that you've also filed a rescission application. You want the judges that ruled that you be struck off the role of advocates to reverse that decision. On what basis?
There is nothing serious about these issues. They're just making a heel out of the molehill. There is nothing serious. It's a laughable story, really, to tell you.
Trespassing, alleged assault of 2 police officers, alleged corruption, alleged collusion, those are serious charges, which you seem to be laughing off.
That's the reason I'm here at court. I'm a law-abiding citizen in this country. That's why I'm here. So when I'm here, they cannot give me the charges today. Look, they are beating around the bush. They're sending me from pillar to post. So I say, no, we forgot to make the disclosure. I need disclosure here, and I need to be told what is that I'm charged with. Because insofar as I'm concerned, the charges insofar as the criminal is concerned, they've been withdrawn. I'm done withdrawal, representation myself, and they're withdrawn. So I don't know why I'm being dragged up and down, time and again, dragged to court.
They are making a mountain out of a molehill. And Griselda says, these are serious charges. And he says, oh no, they're not serious charges. And she's like, you're laughing off serious charges. Do you think now in present day, in hindsight, that he has some reflection to have done with his responses, or with his demeanor, or should I say his responses? Let me know your thoughts. It's an open conversation. And yeah, that is all I have for you for today with regards with Advocate Teffo. I definitely want to continue the conversation in the comment section down below. Has he successfully had this decision and multiple other decisions reversed? I don't know. Has the Legal Practice Council reversed and issued him back his is he back on the roll? Is he back on the advocate's role? I don't know either. But one thing I can assure you, once I figure that all out, once it is public knowledge, I will definitely be updating you right here on Mzansi Unfiltered. I'm going to end the video right here. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. And remember to go ahead and share this video as well. If you've made it this far in the video, you know you absolutely have my heart. Thanks for watching all the ads. And I'll definitely catch you on my next upload.